Dusk shrouds the abandoned church, casting long shadows over the overgrown churchyard. The once grand structure now stands in eerie silence, its walls crumbling and its windows shattered. A lone crow caws, perched atop a weather-beaten cross. Its call echoes through the empty graveyard, a haunting reminder of the life that once thrived here. Wind howls through the broken stained glass windows of the forsaken church, carrying with it the whispers of forgotten prayers and lost souls. Dust motes dance in the fading light that filters through the shattered panes, creating an ethereal glow that illuminates the decaying interior. An unsettling silence hangs heavy in the air, punctuated only by the creaking of the ancient structure. The walls seem to whisper secrets of the past, adding to the eerie atmosphere. Two friends, Alex and Priya, amateur paranormal investigators armed with cameras and flashlights, approach the dilapidated church. Their hearts race with a mix of excitement and fear as they prepare to uncover its mysteries. The iron gates groan as if disturbed after an age, their rusty hinges protesting the intrusion. The sound reverberates through the still night, adding to the sense of foreboding. Their footsteps echo in the eerie silence, each step a drumbeat of apprehension. The floorboards creak under their weight as if warning them to turn back. As they cross the threshold, a cold gust of wind slams the door shut, plunging them into darkness. The sudden change leaves them momentarily disoriented, their flashlights flickering as they try to regain their bearings. Alex fumbles for his flashlight, the beam cutting through the oppressive darkness. The air is thick with the smell of decay and something faintly metallic. Cobwebs cling to everything, and the floor is littered with debris and pages ripped from what looks like a hymnal. Priya shivers, her breath misting in the cold air. They move deeper into the church, their footsteps echoing in the vast emptiness. A faint scratching sound comes from the altar, drawing their attention. As they approach, they notice strange symbols etched into the stone, the work crude and disturbing. A single word is carved above the altar in a language they don't recognize: Silentium. A trapdoor, hidden beneath a tattered rug, creaks open with a groan. The sound echoes through the empty church, adding to the eerie atmosphere. A damp, earthy smell wafts up from the darkness below, sending a shiver down their spines. The air is thick with moisture, almost tangible. Alex and Priya exchange nervous glances, a sense of foreboding settling over them. Their hearts pound in unison, the weight of the unknown pressing down. Curiosity outweighs fear, and they decide to venture into the unknown. Each step is hesitant, their breaths shallow and quick. The steps leading down are slick with moisture, the air growing colder with each step. The stone beneath their feet feels ancient and unyielding. The darkness below seems to have a life of its own, pressing in on them like a suffocating blanket. It feels almost alive, wrapping around them. As Priya reaches the bottom, she lets out a gasp. Her eyes widen in shock, her breath catching in her throat. Hundreds of candles flicker in the darkness, casting grotesque shadows that dance on the walls. The room is filled with an unsettling, almost otherworldly glow. Section 4. Visceral terrors in the depths. The basement is a charnel house of horrors. The walls seem to close in, suffocating with their oppressive presence. Bones, human bones, are arranged in macabre patterns on the floor, forming a spiral that leads to a central altar. The altar itself is adorned with grotesque symbols and dark stains. The air is thick with the coppery tang of blood and the stench of decay. Every breath is a struggle as the foul odor invades the senses. Priya gags, covering her mouth with her hand. Her eyes widen in terror as she takes in the ghastly scene before her. A low chanting begins, seeming to emanate from the very walls themselves. The sound is haunting, echoing through the darkened space. The shadows on the wall writhe and contort, taking on monstrous shapes. They seem almost alive, moving with a sinister purpose. Something wet and slick brushes against Alex's hand, and he recoils with a yell. His heart races as he tries to make sense of the sensation. The chanting grows louder, more insistent, and a figure begins to emerge from the darkness. Its form is indistinct, shrouded in shadow, but its presence is undeniably menacing. Section 5. The lingering echo of horror. The figure shrouded in shadow raises its arms and the chanting reaches a fever pitch. The camera flickers, momentarily obscured by static, and then goes dead. Only darkness remains. The chanting continues, echoing in the darkness, a chilling reminder of the horrors lurking beneath the hallowed ground. The screen fades to black, leaving the audience with a lingering sense of dread and the unsettling knowledge that some things are best left undisturbed.